Go! Action!
Peter Berg first heard of the book in 2007 and immediately initiated conversations to get the rights to make a film based on it. The movie was shot over 42 days in New Mexico, as well as on sound stages at Albuquerque's I-25 studios. Visual effects were completed by Industrial Light and Magic and Image Engine. The name was often misstated as Operation Red Wing, and sometimes Operation Red Wing. The origin of the name being misspelled and mispronounced began with the publication of Marcus Luttrell's book Lone Survivor. Camp Pendleton in California and Fort Campbell in Kentucky were the prime locations for shooting base scenes, faithfully replicating a real-life Navy SEAL team base camp situated in Afghanistan. In the Lone Survivor movie, the SEALs are ambushed by approximately 50 Taliban fighters. However, the book asserts that the Taliban fighters consisted of between 80 and 200 armed men. Following the ambush, the battle that ensued between the 4 Navy SEALs and the Taliban loyalists lasted over 3 hours. According to the Lone Survivor true story, Marcus Luttrell and his 3 fellow comrades of SEAL Team 10 were left with no choice but to jump off the cliffs, making leaps of 20 to 30 feet in order to evade the pursuing Taliban fighters. And if it looks like Lone Survivor's falling scenes hurt for real, that's because they did. The stuntmen went for it. Broken ribs, punctured lungs, concussions. Director Peter Berg was given access to autopsy reports and used them to recreate the injuries sustained by the 4 Navy SEALs in the film. Berg also worked with the costume department to make sure that the clothing replicated the men's injuries as accurately as possible. During the filming, Navy SEALs were on set at all times and acted as consultants. Marcus Luttrell was present for much of the filming. Wahlberg truly pushed it to the limit in the brutal battle scenes. We didn't have cables or green screens or pads. We had us and our doubles, and we just went out there and tried to make it as realistic as possible. There was a mortar that was supposed to go in 3, 2, 1, and I move out of the way, and after 2 takes, Pete told the guy, unbeknownst to me, fire it on 2. So I couldn't get out of the way and it exploded in my face. According to Luttrell, the deaths of Murphy, Dietz, and Axe happened much like they do in the movie. In real life, Danny Dietz died in Luttrell's arms after suffering multiple bullet wounds, with the shot that killed him striking him in the face as Luttrell was dragging him along. In the book, just after Lieutenant Mike Murphy was shot through his chest, sat on a small rock and called HQ while on the phone he was shot in the back, with the bullet exiting his chest. However, unlike the movie, he rose to his feet and staggered into a firestorm. As he shot back, he climbed into a rock strata, about 30 yards up the mountain, where he made his final stand. In the movie, we see a severely wounded Marcus Luttrell, Mark Wahlberg, walking around following the battle. I was paralyzed from the waist down, says the real Luttrell. In the movie, they had me walking around. I didn't walk. I crawled for over 7 miles that first night and was shot again. The real Gulab hid Marcus Luttrell for 4 days, moving him from house to house in his Pashtun village and even into a cave. US soldiers eventually come to the rescue, storming through the village to locate Luttrell and get him to safety. This entire fight never happened.
Let's go inside. Nah, I'm waking up.